What is up, everybody? Nick Lego Stava here, and in this video I'm going to be doing a comparison of Transformers MFT Gears to the Transformers Legacy Gears. Now, I didn't actually think I was going to get the Legacy Gears, but I finally saw it in store, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to get that. But you know, look how it actually comes in the package. I was like, that doesn't look right. I had literally had to look up online because all the ones in the store had that not on there. I was like, are people just taking a piece off the front? But no, you literally have to assemble part of this figure yourself because it's in the freaking fuzzy part in the back of the box with his gun. It's really stupid. And it's only that way because of how they designed the stupid packaging a couple years ago at this point of them taking the plastic window out. So now we have to partially assemble a Transformers figure just to have a complete figure. Not that big of a deal, but it's due to their package design nowadays. So yeah, that's an excuse for them to have us partially assemble the figure. Now, it is a little bit smaller than I thought. It's closer to the size of the MFT one than I thought. I thought he'd be like a little more lanky looking and tall, but he's still decently proportioned. Very articulate, but definitely small for a deluxe. But that's been par for the course for years now of them doing that. So yeah, I guess let's get into actually comparing these figures. Now, the other one I saw in the store had a big scratch on the face. This was the best face that I saw in the store, and it still has some little scratches right there in the corner. I'm not sure if the camera's picking that up. But yeah, definitely thin silver paint. Hasbro has been making their paint thinner and thinner. How wonderful. Yeah. But articulation-wise, this blows this out of the water. This one had a loose shoulder that I never really got around to tightening up. But I guess let's get into articulation comparison of these. This has a knee bend not even at 90. It has a swivel right there that's extremely tight, and I'm worried that I'm going to break it, so I don't really push that on that side, but you can see it on this side. It's fine. Ball joint right there. I don't think I had to tighten those up. I don't quite remember. No ankle tilt. You just have slightly molded in kind of A stance there. And then the shoulders have a shrug to them. They kind of go up and down like that, and then they go forward and back as well. And then you have an elbow at 90 that has a swivel on it as well. No wrist rotation. It's just molded into the forearm part there. And yeah, it's a really simplistic in terms of articulation. At least these days, this is pretty simplistic. You do still have a head rotation though, even though that whole head piece is how it is. Waist rotation, not a thing on the MFT. So that's the articulation on that. The articulation on the Legacy here. You have waist rotation. You have outward kicks. You have forward and back. This definitely seems to be pretty decently tight. You have swivel as well. You have a knee bend far past 90. You have ankle tilt that's really tight on this side, and then just kind of the right tolerance on this side, at least on my copy. That's all going to vary. You could end up with a loosey-goosey trash figure, or you could end up with a super tight figure. It's just pretty all over the place these days in terms of that stuff. You have a forward and back butterfly shoulder. It goes up and down, outward. You have a swivel here. You have double jointed elbows that go past 90 like that. And you have wrist rotation. So I'm really glad they actually went above and beyond with the articulation of this. Head goes up and down and side to side, up and down, side to side. Yeah, so very articulated. I mean, really the only thing that it doesn't have is an ab crunch, and that's pretty rare on figures as well. So yeah, very articulated. Just kind of show the fronts and backs of these. This has some more paint apps. There's some scratch in the silver there. But oh, I didn't think I actually had the little pistol for this, but I just had it popped in the back here for the MFT one because I knew it came with this, but I thought I just had it in an accessory bag. Very tight fit in his hand. I don't usually put it that deep in his hand. But yeah, you definitely see more of the wheels on this one. This one, the wheels are tucked away in the chest. And yeah, quick size comparison before I move on. There is Nemesis Bridge Megatron, Earthrise Mold Optimus Prime, and you have Studio Series 86 Brawn. I kind of thought they were going to do like a heavy retool of Brawn, but they did not. It appears to be its own mold. I wonder how they're going to reuse this like 20 times for other characters like they like to do nowadays. But yeah, that's that out of the way. And also, in terms of loose joints, this Nemesis Bridge Megatron, after I transformed it one time for that video, it has been ultra loose. Like, he literally could not even stand. I couldn't even fix it with floor polish. I literally have sticky tack stuck in there just so he could stand. So that's absolute trash on Hasbro's part. Here they are in vehicle mode. I'm going to give them a quick once around, and then I'm going to have a couple vehicle mode size comparisons here as well. So here is the Legacy one. You have the Autobot symbol up front and the silver painted on the hood, and all the windows are nicely picked out in blue. I'm glad to see that. You have 2 ports up top, 2 ports on the legs, and then 2 ports up front. So he has all kinds of ports on him. Then the MFT gears here. All the wheels are pinned on this one, as they're the crappy peg ones on here that you got to make some 3D printing to fit in there so it just doesn't look stupid to have like hubcaps or something. And then over here on this part's not pushed in there. But yeah, doing a once around, the chest piece flips up to cover that part of the legs on this. But honestly, just this is a more complex version of this transformation almost. You know, the arms are like the main differentiation here. But yeah, there's the vehicle modes of these. This definitely has more paint apps, that's for sure. The headlights are picked out in yellow in there, as there's the silver for that and the silver for the grille. And then here's some size comparisons. So there's wheeljack, tracks, and cliff jumper. That's what they're looking like together. Let me actually get that all on camera there. So yeah, it definitely looks like a small, narrow truck, but that's to be expected because of how small he is. In robot mode, tracks next to it as well, and cliff jumper. So yeah, that's what that's looking like. Also a quick comparison to their G1 animation model. Here's the Legacy one. You got silver painted on the hood. The front end's definitely different. This looks like more of a modernized truck, like I'd say around the early 2000s truck design instead of the more 80s style truck design. And this still has 2 lights, but they're vertical, so whichever one you think is closer in vehicle mode. This one has like a round peg up there. You can put a sunroof style thing there with a 3D printed thing if you want. So there's that. I'm going to do them in robot mode compared as well. And here they are compared to the animation model. There is the MFT, and here is the Legacy. I think they could have went with a darker gray on the hands, but then that's another molded color that's different. And I don't really know where the gray, I don't know why they did that on the middle of the arm there. That should have been blue. But yeah, for some other release in the future where they slightly tweak the colors of this and release it again, would not surprise me. That's pretty par for the course at Hasbro at this point. But yeah, this little MFT one is definitely, in terms of shaping and stuff, is definitely more accurate, but it's less articulated. So yeah, take and give what you want with that. I also like that this has like a matte whitish, slightly gray color paint instead of this silver. I might go through and paint that myself, because those scratches on the face, they don't show up quite as bad on camera as they do in real life, but they're definitely noticeable. So yeah, I'll probably be painting those white at some point. But yeah, I think that's the video on this. I do like the figure. I liked it more than I thought from the product images. You know, if I never saw this in store, I probably would not have just ordered it. But yeah, and it was also on rollback too, so it was actually a proper deluxe price of just 20 bucks. So that's really how it should be. It shouldn't be this crazy, like, no one wants to pay that for deluxes, and no, like all these prices, they want to keep raising them and raising them. Some stuff just need to stay close to their price, because that's really all they're worth. I get inflation and all this, but they've cheapened up the packaging. So they've done these things that could easily keep this stuff at these price points, but they choose not to. There you go. That's the video on this without ranting and rambling anymore. I will still probably do some custom paint on this with all these pins, just painting them the proper color. I usually go through and do that. On this though, look at how clean that side is. This, you got the rounded parts for the butterfly part on the robot mode. yeah, just without keep rambling in this, but yeah, that's my thoughts on the figure. It's pretty solid. You know, seeing it in a store, seeing it for a cheaper price than 25 plus tax, I definitely had to pick it up. So there you go. Have a great one. If you're new, be sure to subscribe, drop comments. I read them all. Have a great day. Peace. Bye-bye.